Hey everybody, it is Renee and it is early on a Friday morning, and I thought what I would share with you today is a great story. One of my colleagues and someone that has inspired me to really understand all of this holistic healthcare line. Jaime has turned back her own time, and so I wanted to share her story of last August. We got introduced to some new protein shakes that I'm in the protein shake, and I think they are best in class. So amazing ingredients. But Jaime took it a step further and she said, I'm going to see what these can do. So Jaime, I'm over here in California, in Southern California in Palm Desert. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and where you're at.
Okay. I am living in Rochester Hills, Michigan. So it's 10 o'clock here, much later than you. And the sun is not out. It never is here in the winter. I had resigned from my job as a teacher of 18 years, teaching third grade. A lot of it was because of my health issues. And I have a hashimotos thyroid. And that was a big deal for me as far as my anxiety, how I was feeling every day. And, after I resigned, I was really researching how to figure out my health and get healthier and figure out my issues, because I really didn't understand what was going on in my body, but I knew that what major was happening. So I did some more research and went to my holistic doctor and did a certain test, and it's called a BioVibe, and they poke your finger and test for 22,000 different diseases. And I found out all kinds of things that were going on that I had no idea about. So one of the things after I had my first child was I couldn't lose 10 pounds that I wanted to get rid of. And that's where I found out I actually had the thyroid problem. So when the shakes came out, I was excited because if you look in the first picture there, you can see I used to, in college work out, and I had definition in my stomach, and I wasn't really concerned about having the definition or anything, but I wanted to kind of tone up like this. You can tell like the sides and in the front area, because after you have a child, you have that have extra, you don't really have extra skin, you stretch it out really. And I just wanted to tone it up a little bit. So I had a goal. I think, I started at 136 and I just wanted to be below 130. And I thought if I can get below 130 and be in the 120s, I feel better about that. I'm not the type of person that's ever thought I was overweight or anything like that. Just really for my health, just wanted to, tone up and feel good, because I definitely can tell the difference when I'm not working out. When the M3 movement challenge started, I was working out probably, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 days a week, and very little amounts of time. Honestly, I did probably 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And, it's funny, Renee, my grandma always used to tell me, just walk. All you got to do is just walk. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. It's easy on your knees. And, she'd go on and on about that. So I kind of just took her advice. I did do a couple of things I'll tell you about, but for the most part, I jumped on my treadmill or I went for walks with my neighbor, and I walked maybe 3 miles. And there were some inclines in those walks. And, I did 100 sit-ups a day. I just would do 25, take a break, do 25 and do it 4 times. And that's all I did for my stomach really, was the 100 sit-ups a day. I wasn't doing like push-ups or anything like that. I just did my 100 sit-ups and my 45 minutes of walking. And it was just on this program on the treadmill that would go up and down, and, it goes fast and slow and inclines. And I did do, it's funny, this one time I did this YouTube video, and it was doing burpees. And you had to do like 40 burpees in a minute, but you had to do it over and over again. And I thought it was only like for 15 minutes. And so I was doing really well. Like I was doing great. I was so excited. I got through the 15 minutes. And then the guy said, "Oh, you know, we've just gotten started, another 15 minutes." And that was killer. That was my killer day. And then there's an app, which is really cool. It's called Fit On. And in Fit On, it has these little videos, like these 15 minute. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see.
There you go.
Hang on.
Turn it more towards your face. There you go. Okay. All
So
right.
they've got all these different like videos that you can do that are 15 minutes long, right? And you can choose your intensity. Like there's 3 little circles, and this one has 2 circles filled in. And I mean, you can obviously pay for more, but what was there was good enough for me. I mean, I'm 44, got a family, I got to get things done and quick, and so I lost 7 pounds from, what does it say, September to November. So it was 2 months. And I got 2 months and I got exactly where I wanted to be. And I, in the beginning, had to kind of switch things up a little bit because I was starting with a full pack of the protein shake, and I felt like I wasn't losing. Yeah. And so I had emailed Emily Wilson, who's one of the coaches in the M3 movement, and said, "Hey, I feel like I'm gaining weight." And I told her about my thyroid issue and all this stuff. And I mean, what's so awesome about that group is you get this free like response. I can ask her something. I don't have to go to the doctors and find out and pay for the visit and all that kind of stuff. I mean, she literally responded to me, I think that day, and we got to a plan where I cut the protein shake in half. And then, I added a quarter of avocado, just little things that I like for flavor and things, and to thicken it maybe a little more. And that was key. That was key, not just doing the half. So, sometimes you have to figure out, your own little plan, and it can take some tweaking. But I mean, I love the shakes, and I'm still, at that, I'm maintaining that same weight. And I've even kind of backed off as much exercise as I was doing, and I need to get back into it because I jumped on yesterday for 45 minutes on the treadmill, and I'm telling you, just walking, and I throw in my earpods, and either, I'm listening to a podcast or something motivational or for professional growth, and I just do it. And I felt so much better the rest of the day, just the energy, the mood, everything. It's so helpful. And when I don't do it, I can completely tell a difference. So
Jaime, tell us what you did exactly. Did you like change out your breakfast for your V shake?
Okay. So yes, at first I started doing it at lunch because that's what she suggested. But I feel like I'm not really hungry at lunch anyways. I don't know. I'll have a little snack, but I'm not really like hungry. So breakfast is my favorite meal. But I really love the shake with my like banana and it tastes like ice cream in the morning, to be honest with you.
Okay, and so I want to preface that for those people that are insulin sensitive, like if you gain weight on the drop of a hat, Jaime has a little bit different metabolic system. If you gain weight on the drop of a hat, no banana. So these guys here, the chocolate shake is it is vegan. So the cool thing is most vegan shakes are 2 sources of protein. This is 8 sources of protein. So if you're vegan or vegetarian, this is a super great product because it also has all 18 branched chain amino acids. So you need that for muscle retention and muscle gain. A lot of problems in in the vegan diet is not getting enough protein. So this has 8 sources of vegan protein, and because of that too, you don't get the belly ache that you get with a lot of vegan shakes. Things to know also: no synthetics, no soy, non-GMO, organic, great. This is like the best, no synthetic ingredients. So if you're taking a shake that says, oh, we got all these vitamins in them, you've got synthetic vitamins. They're not absorbing anyway. So it's just it's a marketing ploy. So, just to note, yes, Jaime does banana and makes an ice cream milkshake with her banana and her nut butters. But for most people that are insulin sensitive and trying to lose fat, you're not going to add the nut butters and the banana that Jaime does. Now, Jaime also makes this with almond milk.
I do, yeah. So I'll tell you, I do almond milk.
Make them with water.
Okay, so if I tell you my ultimate is the almond milk, the quarter of avocado, the half of the protein shake, banana. I know you're going to kill me with this. A little bit of nut butter. I may throw in strawberries, ice, and water. And I'm telling you, it's like an ice cream sundae. It's
okay. So for me,
go ahead and tear me apart here.
Because I want to lose some weight and I've got a couple extra holiday pounds on, I'll tell you what, I do this one, or I wish I had I don't have the whey shake, but the whey protein shake is vanilla, and it is amazing. It's so creamy and amazing. But for me, I put in a half a cup of berries. So berries are the most low sugar fruit that you can have. So it adds a little bit of a fruit flavor to it. I use water. I don't add the extra calories of an almond milk or a soy milk, and really look at, if you are doing almond milk, look to make sure you actually have almonds in your milk. It doesn't say almond mixture or almond something or other. It should be water, almonds. If you don't have that in your almond milk, you're not drinking almond milk. Okay.
Maybe switch to water.
Yeah.
And then see if I can.
Well, you know what? If all you're doing is maintaining, awesome. Most people that lose weight and maintain their weight do use a meal replacement once a day. And protein bars are not the way, people. Protein bars are like candy bars.
Renee, what's so nice about the protein shakes is, okay, so I have been super busy this morning and actually haven't had my shake yet. I took my core and I'm drinking my V3, and when we get off, I'm going to make my shake. But the nice thing is, I take the protein shake, I take the core, and that is actually your meal replacement, because without it, like we've learned, you can't, it's not considered a meal replacement. So, I usually drink it around 8:30. Sometimes when I drop my daughter off from school, I get home at 9:30 and do it. And I seriously am not hungry, not even for snacks, until about 3:30.
And that's what those branched chain amino acids are doing. So, you've got this high grade protein. You want to zip this in the blender for 60 seconds, because that opens up the delivery system of the branched chain amino acids and the protein. So that's what our advanced technology is. Now, Jaime was talking about her V3, and you can see I've already had this V3 packet because it is open. But a lot of people also like to throw this V3 energy in their protein shake.
I heard that too.
It gives it a fruity flavor. Oh. And so like I have a girlfriend who does a green smoothie every morning, and she was putting an apple or a pear in there, and she was, saying like, well, I'm not getting, I said, girl, you're just drinking sugar. So she started putting the V3 into her green drink. And she was like, that did it. That, and all this is, guys, is no artificial sweeteners in here. This is, it is coconut juice powder. It is green tea extract, and just enough to give you that nice, smooth mood balancing, and maca. And maca is also mood balancing. So Jamie was talking about that core vitamin pack that she takes, and explain to us why you want to include this. And this is 5 little vitamins. I know they're probably hard to see in my camera here. There you go. There's 5 little vitamins in here. And inside of those 5 little tiny vitamins is like everything you need. It is your omegas, your prebiotics, your probiotics, your digestive enzymes. It's all of your vitamins, A, B, C, D, E,
Superfruits,
you know, everything. Superfruits, super greens,
whole
your
foods.
nutrients. Yep. You got the whole package going in there. And because of our company is advanced delivery, so you guys can either take the flip phone of vitamins, or you can take the iPhone 12 of vitamins. So if you're taking the flip phone vitamins from your big box store, you're just you're putting them in, and then you're seeing multicolored water in the toilet, and that is all gone. It never absorbed into your body. So these go direct into the bloodstream and the cell. So Jamie, tell us, sorry I interrupted you, tell us why you want to take your core with your protein shake.
Well, I want to take it with it just so it's considered a meal replacement. Our scientific advisor Tracy Gibbs had told us the other, a couple days ago at convention, this cannot be used. Protein shakes cannot be used as a meal replacement because you have to have so many vitamins and minerals along with it to actually make it a meal replacement. And I didn't know that. So that's why I understood why they wanted us to take the core with it and the Vtox. So
yeah, and that makes sense, because if you're eating maybe a big salad, or you're, whatever foods you're eating, you're getting vitamins and minerals in your foods. Not as much as we should be getting because of all the pesticides and issues with our soil depletion and what have you. So that's why we have to take supplements, kids. Okay, I know. Go ahead.
I was going to say, a lot of people say to me that they're on certain medications and stuff. They ask if, they can take this with their medications. And I think this is important to know too, because, Tracy Gibbs always says, well, can you eat food? Yeah, you can eat food, but then you can take our products, because all it is food.
Yeah, it's plants. So every one of our products is plant based, other than the omega, and the omega comes from a super high quality source of salmon, wild salmon. And the thing to know about our company is everything is plant to package in the United States. We ship all over the world in 11 different countries. And a key thing to know is that, other countries have way higher quality standards than America. And we're shipping into Japan and Australia and Singapore and Thailand and Malaysia. And in order to get our products into those countries, we have to be manufacturing in the highest quality facilities with the highest quality ingredients. And a lot of ingredients that are put in other vitamins, minerals, nutraceuticals, in America are not allowed to be in our product because of these, high standards that other countries have. So things to know. Okay, so you did your V shake, you did your core, you drink your V3 every morning. Did you add the V Slim to your program? No.
Well, actually, yes, I did. I'm sorry, because I will drink like 2 V3s, and then in the afternoon I'll drink a V Slim. Like I said, I take the V Slim mostly to balance hormones and things like that, because I don't really feel like I need to lose a ton of weight, like I said. But I do like the V Slim for other reasons. Especially, and I'll just say it, like, especially that time of the month. I feel like it really helps, like, that week before. And I'll tell you, with the I don't know if it was the Hashimotos or hormones or what, but that week before, I started my menstrual cycle, it was bad. Like, the moods were I was moody, and it was kind of like the don't touch me, and kind of a week. And I hate that feeling. And I've really felt like the V Slim helped balance that week out for me and feel much better. So I did, yes, I did take that. And I also took Vetox.
Oh, yeah, that's next on my list. But I thought I would show the box
Yeah.
for V Slim, and what V Slim does is it has a natural appetite suppressant in it, and it's literally a cactus from India that we have a patent on. And so it curbs your appetite naturally. It helps, like for diabetics, this is a great product because it helps maintain your healthy blood sugar levels. So, in the afternoon, you're wanting to get that, a lot of times a diabetic may be reaching for some orange juice or something like that is really, and it ends up storing fat. This won't do that for you. So it will help with the maintenance of the blood sugar levels. It also boosts your metabolism naturally. And I'm sure you've heard of that ingredient, and I never say it right. It is carcinogen, or whatever it is. That guy boosts your metabolism. They sold millions of bottles of that. And then also, what this does is it levels your cortisol. So our cortisol is that, when we drink way too much coffee, when we have way too much stress, when we don't sleep, we burn out our adrenal system, and our cortisol is off the charts. That's a hormone in our body. And what happens is we're hungry all the time. I'm hungry. Why am I hungry? And you're eating because you think you're hungry, and you're just, in this massive fat storage mode. Okay, Vetox is all of our clients start out with Vetox because this is, detoxifying the 5 major organs of the body. If we do not detoxify and optimize our organs, our liver can't process the fat that we're burning. Our kidneys can't process through all the clean, water and move the fat and the liquids through our body. Our colon needs to be cleansed, and our lungs, we're breathing in environmental toxins all the time. And certainly with what's going on in the world today, we want to make sure our lungs are super healthy and clean. And then our skin is the one thing, our biggest organ of our body, and we're putting creams and lotions, and it's intaking all the pollution and toxins that are going on in our environment. So super important. When I'm going to do a weight loss, I'm going to do 2 of these for 14 days, 2 in the morning and 2 at night. And then I move into just 1 at night. And why do we take them at night? Because our body is repairing itself between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. So if you're waking up between 1 and 3, you know that your poor little liver is going like, OMG, I'm processing pizza and dairy and cheese. And, I'm trying to, it's like that old, crappy oil that you didn't change your engine oil for way too long, and it's all sluggish and your car can't run. That's what's happening with your liver. So this here is, all natural milk thistle, burdock root, dandelion root, kelp, psyllium, lots and lots of amazing ingredients. And again, because of that high level of bioavailability and absorption, we are able to really, use these things. And you may have bottles sitting around. Somebody told me to get milk thistle to help my liver. Somebody told me to get psyllium to cleanse my colon. Guess what? 1 pill, folks.
Can I say something about this, Renee? Because I love Vetox. And initially I wasn't, had never really thought about, losing weight with Vetox. But I was, seeing a bunch of people that were taking it, and you could just see the bloat in their stomach going away. And I do have to tell you, if you take Vetox, you have to drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
Because your body, if you're detoxing your body, you better be drinking a lot of water. And you'll see those results of that bloat going down if you're drinking water. And if you don't drink water, you'll see the bloat get worse. I've asked Tracy Gibbs about that, and he said it's super important to drink water. But
so if you've ever taken psyllium, like a teaspoon of psyllium, and put it in water, so this has psyllium in it, it literally blows up. So what that's doing is, as it goes into the colon, it's carrying all the, it's blowing up and carrying all the ugliness out of the colon. But if you don't push that through with a lot of water, it's just going to blow up, and your stomach is going to be like, I remember the first time I took psyllium, nobody told me that. And I was taking 2 teaspoons of psyllium. I was like, I'm not taking this anymore. I feel disgusting.
Yeah, it's amazing how much it's amazing how much toxins we have in our body. When you actually take the Vtox and see your bloat go away, it's unreal. But the reason why I wanted to talk about it a little more is because, remember in the beginning, I said I went for that BioVibe test.
Yeah.
So I had mono in college. And, for those of you that have had mono, this is something you might want to think about. I did not know that I had the Epstein-Barr virus. And from, what I've learned, that is somewhat kind of a part of, if you get mono, you probably have the Epstein-Barr virus. And I think for a long time it was dormant. I didn't really know I had it. But after I had kids, it was like a light switch went on, and everything that was dormant inside my body just awakened and was like, I'm here. And so with that Epstein-Barr virus came the adrenal fatigue, the inflammation, it wreaked havoc on my body. And I think even, may have contributed to the Hashimoto's thyroid. If you read more about it, it's almost like they're all connected, right?
It is all connected. The thyroid is just a symptom of all of what was going on. And pregnancy, particularly, I don't know how old you were with your last child, but I was 40, and that triggered my, I ended up with Hashimoto's. I started with Graves' disease, but that triggered that. So big events in our life that not only stress our body, but then stress us. What it does is yes, absolutely. So Epstein-Barr, the majority of the population by the time they hit 40 has Epstein-Barr, floating around in your body. And mine was also triggered when the mercury poisoning, the leaky gut, the mercury poisoning, the Hashimoto's, the Epstein-Barr, brought up some old Lyme's disease from an old tick bite at 10 years old. All of that crashed me at like around 50. So yes, exactly what you're talking about, Jaime.
Well, when I went into the nurse practitioner and we talked about like how do I help this Epstein-Barr virus go into a dormant state, she said, what we tell people is to juice celery, and juice a lot of celery, right? And I don't mind celery juice, but to me, I need, like most people, I need something easy. I'm a busy person. Even if I'm a stay-at-home mom, I'm busy. I've got things to do. I've got my business. I've got my kids. I've got dinner. I've got everything going on. I don't have time to sit there and juice celery. I just don't. I'm just being honest. So I was at the lowest level 1. To be dormant, I think is at like a level 12, or maybe even halfway there, you're doing well. So I contacted Tracy Gibbs, and this is why our company is so awesome. And I said, hey, she wants me to, do this celery juice. What do you suggest? And he said, if it were him, he would take 2 Vtox in the morning, 2 Vtox at night, continue what I'm doing with my core and my renew, all of that. And so I did that 2 in the morning and 2 at night for 2 weeks. So I had 2 boxes of Vtox. And then after that, I was doing 2 a day. And I still do 2 a day right now. And so I went back 6 months later to have the bio, or was it 4 months? I don't know, 4 or 6 months. I went back to have the BioVibe test again. And I had been on the products now, I think, for a year. But it was funny because I was sitting out in the hall and she comes out and she's looking at me like dazed and confused. And I'm going, what's wrong? And I'm just thinking, oh no, and she's like, come in here. She showed me my blood work. Like they poke your finger, they put it under a microscope so I can see it. She sat down with me and she said, this is her exact words. She said, what the hell are you doing at home? And I said, I had my Vtox ready because I was hoping it was going to show some difference. So I pulled it out of my purse and I said, this is what I've been doing. along with my other products, but this is specifically what I use to work on that Epstein-Barr virus. And I said, so how am I doing with that? And she said, well, you started at a level 1. And she said, you're at a level 6 right now. And she said, to be at a level 6 in this 4 to 6 months is incredible. She said, we've never seen it before. We celebrate if we can get people to a 3. So being at a 6 was like, she was just amazed and never seen it before. And then she showed me my blood work on the screen. And they break it up into quadrants. And she's like, look at your quadrants. She's like, usually people have bacteria floating all around in each quadrant and, all this bad bacteria. She goes, you have hardly anything. She's like, you need bacteria, but it's so clear and clean. And she said, this is where we want people to be. Like, she was super excited. And I'm just like, well, you need what I've got.
I love that. I love that, Jaime, because it's in our medical system. It is, prescribe and cut, and that's what they are told to do. And unless you're working with an integrated functional medical practitioner, you are going to get a prescription or you're going to get a knife. Yeah. And I love that you took your health in your own hands. I'm the same way. When I got super sick, I was like, okay, I could barely get myself up and out of bed. I had a 6-year-old at the time. And, I was like, okay, I don't care. I have to fix myself. And
Renee, you have to advocate. You have to advocate for yourself. Whoever's watching today, I will tell you that I was almost like in a state of depression because I could not figure out what was going wrong with me. And I knew that it was something that people were just dismissing. Like, I would go back to my endocrinologist before I was at my holistic doctor, before I even knew him. And he said, your range is, you're normal, you're fine. I'm like, I'm fatigued, I'm moody. I'm like, well, those are just the symptoms. Okay, well, something has to be done with this because I need to, I felt like there was something else.
Somebody.
Yeah, really. I definitely felt not myself. And
absolutely.
For the first time, Renee, for the first time in my life, and I give all credit to these products because that is the only thing that changed, Renee, the only thing. And my life has done a complete 360. Like, I have a better relationship. I mean, a better relationship with my family. Because I was just so, when I come home from work, don't touch me, and that's not fair to anybody. But, when I look back at it, I know it wasn't my fault. And I'm happy that I took control and advocated for my health and went and found out what was wrong. So if you're getting the medicine, the script from your doctor, that's only masking the problem. You've got to get deeper into your body because there's something that's not right and you've got to figure it out. And once you figure it out, it's like, hallelujah. It's something that you can heal and fix on your own. And these products, there's so many different products that we have, not a ton, but because everything just hits at certain, health issues that you have. And it's amazing. I mean, today I'm doing an interview with a friend who had a stroke and used neuro, and she is she can't live without it, and she loves it. So, and she takes 3 of those a day, and she doesn't worry about the cost or anything like that. She knows that this is something that is providing her with an abundant life, right?
Yeah,
and neuro, enjoy her life.
I had this right here because I know that a part of, and this is called neuro, a part of the process. I took this morning. I take 2 every day because I had severe brain fog from my leaky gut. So our gut is our second brain. So when you wake up, you're foggy, a lot, it can be related to prescriptions, but many, many times it is really related to unhealthy gut. And you got to clean it up. And the only way to clean it up is through natural supplementation, probiotics, prebiotics, healthy food, get rid of the processed food, drink tons and tons of super clean water, and get with a integrative practitioner. I'm all about that. They're going to take a look at your whole body. And I work, I'm much older than Jaime. So I work also on my hormones as a female. And that's something you should start doing. You should start doing markers, get your blood work done in your early 40s. Or even in your late 30s, because then they know this is what her estrogen, her DHEA, her testosterone, her progesterone. There's 4 levels that you want to have a marker on. So if you're in your late 30s, go get a test done of all of your hormone panel. And that way, as you get to 45 to 50, my doctor has exponentially turned back time for me. I've never had a hot flash. I've never had I just started with the cry because something stupid happened. And I remember Pete looked at me and he was like, "Oh no, girl, we're going to the doctor." He'd been married for 27 years before our relationship. And he was like, "I've been down this menopausal road before."
Scary for men, I know.
I love you way too much for this. And so, it's a real thing. And we can balance it, and we can work with practitioners that know what the heck is going on. I have a wonderful practitioner, Sherry, out in Mississippi. We talk by phone. She tells me what tests to order. She helps me with balancing my vitamin D, my thyroid. Vitamin D is another one, you guys. If you're feeling exhausted, you've had, all your stuff checked out, check your vitamin D. My vitamin D was like a 25. I got it within 30 days. I got it up to 80, just, using some liquid vitamin D. That was before I had this pack of vitamins. And I do take 2 of these a day, especially with COVID and all of that. And of course, one of the big
eternal too. That's
one of the big things. Can you tell my desk is filled with these things?
Yeah.
But one of the big things is glutathione, and you'll see lots of information on studies. Your body does not talk about glutathione and absorption levels with glutathione.
Well, I mean, it's 1% bioavailable, right? If unless you're wrapping it in a liposome or intravenously.
I spent tens of thousands of dollars on intravenous glutathione.
Yeah. So, I mean, right there, you've got what, like $1,000 in your hands for $109.95. It's got collagen and CoQ10 in it. So, I mean, talk about like the power pack right there that you can drink. It's incredible. And it fights viruses and supports your immune system. And I think it's one of the things that has helped me recover or reverse, we say, the hashimotos. And I don't know if hashimotos will ever go away, because from what I, have been told, once you have it, you always have it. I don't know if that's true, Renee. You may know more about that than me.
I don't believe that. I think you can, all of this stuff is underlying in our body anyway. It's just like they tell us we have, that you have cancer cells in your body.
Yeah.
Now, whether they actually do anything, whether they're, opened up for business is another story. And that, again, nutrition, supplementation, all that stuff. So no, I believe that my symptoms are reversed. I
feel great too.
Yeah, I mean, look at your
all in how you feel, right?
Yeah, look at pictures from a few years ago before you were on the products. You looked 10 years older than you do today. I mean, your skin is amazing. I'm super excited. Well, this call went on way longer than I had planned, and we're on another call, but
I'm sorry.
Oh no, it was great visiting with you. And this is such important information to get out to people is that you control your health. And number 1 starts with nutrition. Number 2 is proper supplementation. Number 3, exercise, moving every cell in your body. Number 4, breath work. So there's lots of things to do. You've got to de-stress yourself, and we have control of stress. You know, I have a lot of people that say, I just can't help it. I'm super stressed out. I can't sleep. Sorry, kids, you can help it. And if you continue not sleeping, so many things are going to happen to you. And we don't want that. We want you to be healthy and happy, and we want you to look like Jaime and, you know, have amazing.
You're passionate about your health. I mean, when we come at you, it's because we care and we love you, and we're not, you know, it's not, we're in this to, you know, take your money. We're in this to help you. We love helping people, serving people, loving on people, you know, and that's, I think,
Absolutely. It was funny. I was talking with one of my business partners, and she said, let me tell you something. I would share these products if I made zero money on them.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm the same way. Like, I just help people. Like, you need to take this. And it's the same way with that, you know, word of mouth. You need to watch this movie. You need to, you know, try this restaurant. You need to go here, there, everywhere. So yeah, it's that word of mouth. You know, our best friends give us the best advice. So,
and the proof is in the pudding. We have blood work to show up, you know.
I love that. Yeah. Okay. Time to go. So nice. Thank you for joining me, and take care. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.